Mike Menzel is ecstatic about the life and death of stars and how it all connects to one another in the ever-changing universe.
A lot of it had to do with my dad because my dad has been into science ever since he was a little kid, and to this day he still studies and tries to understand science.
Directing and coordinating the design, manufacture, and testing of aircraft and aerospace products is just one of the many duties and responsibilities Mike's father has as an aerospace engineer.
My dad is the chief systems manager for the James Webb Space Telescope. I believe that's his job title. Here's a picture of my dad, and behind him is the telescope that he's helping to build.
Aerospace engineering is the primary branch of engineering concerned with the science, technology, testing, research, design, development, and construction of aircraft and spacecraft.
Growing up, I used to collect Legos and build them, and I enjoyed doing it. And my dad told me that aerospace engineering kind of combines the two almost a little bit.
At 22 years old, he can still point out every star in the Orion constellation.
I went into the planetarium for the first time, and being in there, I was like, wow, this is incredible. This is awesome. I like this stuff. I like learning about space. I like science, and I wanted to continue to understand it.
Mike's passion for space and science influenced his ever-growing infatuation with science fiction films.
I loved watching them, and as I got older, I used to begin to study them, the different things to consider about films, like the lighting, the editing processes, the acting, the camera shots, stuff like that.
At the age of 9, Mike was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, a type of cancer that affects the blood and bone marrow.
I had to either stay in the hospital or stay at home. So to keep myself occupied, I used to practice using PowerPoint, and I created little slideshows for myself, basically of just different cartoons. Like some of them were like space cartoons. A lot of them were sci-fi. Like another one was a Jurassic Park kind of theme.
Mike's parents noticed and were impressed with his cartoon slideshows and insisted that he continue his newfound hobby.
When I took my first year at community college, I took 2 courses just to see which one I had more of an interest in, and that's when I realized I had more of an interest in film editing, and that's what I wanted to pursue instead of aerospace engineering.
Mike's dad was happy that he initially wanted to pursue a career in aerospace, but over time, it became clear that it wasn't something that he really wanted to do.
I guess they kind of realized that I liked practicing with film and stuff like that more than I did with aerospace engineering, only because mathematics and science, I was okay with it, but I wasn't like one of those people who's like really, really good at it. And to get a job in aerospace working for some company like NASA or even a private company, you have to be really good at that. And I realized, I wasn't as good as those people. I mean, I wasn't upset about it. I just realized, that wasn't really me.
When Mike was attending Frederick Community College, he would often bring home projects that he did in his editing classes, and his parents were highly impressed with the way he constructed the footage provided to him.
I showed him a trick or an animation trick in PowerPoint, and he was really amazed at it.
Jason Santelli, Mike's digital media instructor, opened Mike's eyes in the world of film with a short film project where Mike was responsible to put together a script, shot list, storyboard, go off campus to shoot, and edit the footage.
I actually would be interested in working with the camera setup and filming the camera, because part of editing is that you need the right shots and the right frames to edit with, and often the editor has a role a little bit and getting those shots.
Mike Menzel is not just your average dreamer. He has a strategic plan to reach success in the video editing world.
First, I'll probably have to start out getting a small-time job working for maybe a small film company or something. Maybe a newscast crew or something, or something small. But what I'd really like to do is possibly get a job with a major company either in New York or LA. Such companies like Universal Studios or Marvel, because I like a lot of their films. Marvel I see as a rising company that's doing really well and coming into its own. Universal has been around a long time and it's still doing a good job in making films.